It's like a top secret mission here, but hey everybody, I am currently in Holland and I'm with a company called Milestones Legends, and these guys are basically very much an up and coming company, and they specialise in taking old John Deeres and the Legends, as they call them, the 8.1 litre American made John Deeres, so you're like 4755, 4955, 7810, 8410s, 7920s is their new modern classic that they've got lots of and they're working on. And one of the aspects of 15 years of this brand was I decided that not only did we want to celebrate 15 years of Grassmen, but I myself was going to try and make very positive changes to my own personal life and try and get myself a little bit healthier and in better shape, mentally, physically, and all the above, because the stresses of running a business in the modern day are very, very real. So I set myself a grand target. If I could lose 10 stone, I would reward myself with buying a tractor of my choice. The tractor of my choice that I would have been after out of the bucket list was indeed a 7920 John Deere, very similar to Barry Reid's. That's what the joke was when Barry and I were talking about a 7920. Well, these guys have a few 7920s, and they and I have come to an arrangement where I'm going to buy one. But the deal is I have to get 10 stone of weight lost. So we're 8.5 stone in. And we're at the stage now where we're starting to work on the tractor. So we're going to use the tractor. We're going to use it's getting closer to try and encourage me to push the last little bit on. And it's very important to reward yourself in life for taking big steps. Now, I know not everybody can just go out and buy a tractor as a reward, but without being disrespectful, it was something we were able to do, and we have held back on buying anything else. This has been a very important year. The time, the effort has been put in to get ourselves this far, so we're a stone and a half away from bringing home our 7920. Let's go into the shed and have a look at our new tractor. So excited. This is like every John Deere fanboy's entry of dreams. Look at this. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not the next one. It's not the next one. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 7920s in here. 10 after today, because one of them will be coming home. Hopefully. Yes, one of them will be coming home. These guys are working on one of their 8410s. This was Kuhn's with a solid drive PTO, which most of these tractors were oil-driven PTO. So this is really rare how that they have managed to do this in this tractor. There's only $4,000 in this tractor. So if you're mega rich, like mega rich, you could buy this tractor. This is a customer's tractor, they were telling me, that was in for some service work. So what 7920 have I bought? Well, it's none of these ones. It's not the one with the tracks, but that is an absolutely beautiful example of a 7920 and how these guys can turn it out regardless of whether you like tracks or don't. It could be this one. It could, I suppose, be this one, because they both have front PTO. It's not any of these other ones. It's not this one, because this one is too shiny. It's this one. And the reason it's this one is this is as it is. You can see the fingerprints in the bonnet as we have been looking around it and agreeing everything that we are going to do with this tractor. Whilst I'm in their shed, I'm just going to look around. We have a couple of lovely fence, 615 LSA Favorite. These guys restored this beautifully. They have an 820 Fent with less than $1,000. 820 Fint with less than 1,000 hours. Unbelievable. 4455, 7810, 8410. Look at that one. Now, originally I thought about an 8410, but I didn't go for an 8410 because it was just too much money and too much. I just felt that a 7920 was a little bit more of a practical tractor, and the one that we have bought is coming with a new auto power gearbox fitted. 8530, which is the first step these guys have got into working with the 9-litre engine, and an auto power. So Barry Reid, for example, has an 8520 with a power shift. Then in the 30 series, we got auto power available. Also 8345R, non-ad blue. So these essentially are exactly the same tractors. Same bonnet, same pretty much everything, except this is getting you into the new cab. So these guys are working on it all. But anyway, back to our 7920. Here she is. Let's go fire her up and see if she goes. Things that we have agreed. So when you buy a tractor from Power Legends, these guys will be making sure that it's mechanically sound. That is their job. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no question over the mechanical aspect of the tractor. These guys must ensure, because it's got their name on the windscreen, and it's their name I want to keep on the windscreen because it's a Power Legends tractor. So mechanical, that's their department. Price of the tractor is agreed with them fully going through all mechanical aspects. In terms of cosmetics, we spent a bit of time today. The likes of these pipes we're going to shine up, no green paint, have looking like new. We're unsure if we're going to touch or paint the front linkage. We'll blacken out the grille, and we're going to try and get away without painting the bonnet. We want to keep it as original as possible. On the mechanical side, all our TLS, all our bushings, everything will be checked by default. Engine, hubs, all serviceable items will be done by these guys. We are planning to keep our own tyres, put our own tyres on the tractor. It's currently on 38s on the rear, but we are going to put cast centres onto, and what that'll do is that'll allow that tractor to be completely usable from both our 7R 350 and the 7920. They'll be able to dual purpose those wheels. So here's an example. Here is a 7920 on 960 42s. That's the same size of rear tyre that is on our 7R 350. So we could, in theory, have crossover. There she goes. Let's bring her out, see how she goes. Ruth's very bored. So there she is. Give her a rev! Oh. Yes! So, in terms of serviceability, these guys will be leaving everything perfect. When we look at the back of the tractor, the first thing the keen eye will notice, lack of a pickup hitch. These guys will fit a pickup hitch to us. They will also, tidy these all up, probably color code when we talked about all of these fittings. So we have load sensing. We'll get them the measurements for the standard sort of ones that we would have back home. Change our air fittings round. We're going to look at ABS, if that's a possible, or EBS, if that's an option. Isobus, so we're hoping John Deere work with us and give us a good deal. We'd love to retrofit all connections, angle sensors, and look towards the new essentials package on here to see if we could bring this tractor into the modern era of Green Star. So that is the challenge. We're leaving all original work lights, that's the plan. There's enough of work lights up there on this tractor that we feel we don't have to go to our new LED, so we're going to try that. Tidy all of these fittings up, make sure our hydraulic stabilizer arms, which is a really cool option that this tractor has, make sure all of these are working, and half axles off, check the brakes, check everything. That's all part of the service package that these guys will do. And I suppose at that stage, if they think it needs brakes, we'll just bang a set in. Quite a rare tractor. I think the German market, etc., has a door on the passenger side. We're going to blacken out the exhaust. I don't love the elbow in the exhaust, but then I don't know about this big style exhaust. It's very, so I think we'll go more original, but we'll just paint it all black, powder coat, whatever they choose to do. We have our air brakes, and we're going to tidy some of these pipes up that go to the service on the front linkage, front hitch, but we're going to have quick release couplings. And the idea for quick release couplings is, so if we get a mower that doesn't float just the front arms to get it to travel on the ground, we can use the quick release couplings so that we can use the side movement on the joystick to put our arms into position, and then we can use the float to allow our spool valve at the front to let the mower float. So that will leave us with very usable front linkage. Front PTO, LaForge, and we have double checked already because that was an issue with our 7810 originally. The front PTO didn't turn counterclockwise, well this does, so that's a positive. Twin beacons. I don't love how the John Deere has done the wing mirrors on these tractors down through the roof. It's like an afterthought. It's like, hey, we made a great tractor for pulling all day in a 400 or 500 acre field in the middle of the prairie somewhere, and then, oh, but let's sell it to Europe. And then when they go to sell it to Europe, like, oh, we can't sell it in Europe without wing mirrors, so let's drill a hole in the roof and put the wing mirrors on the roof. I really don't like that. And I think when you look, you look at your 7810 with the wing mirrors mounted nicely in the corner of the, and it's the same cab, and then you look over at your 8410 with them coming out of the roof, I'm like, yep, nope, yep, nope. Anyhow, that's it. Part of the tidying up process we're going to do is I think we're going to look towards all our pins, nuts, bolts, as many of them off as we can, get them dipped. And again, no paint on the bonnet. Steps, we've decided not to paint the steps. This is where doctors differ, patients die. For me, I want the tractor to be as original as possible to go with the theme of what I'm trying to do, i.e. change, make ourselves better, but we're trying to do that with as much tender love and care as possible and not just renew and replace. But I think we will touch up the black bits, the bars. We'll probably take these bolts off and dip them in our new bolts and new mud guards, new mud guard tops. We will supply the tires, and we've got our top run lights in this tractor so that if we are using our front linkage, we'll be able to get our dip beam, full beam up there. Funny, that is one thing, one of the small upgrades over the years that John Deere has done that I like, in the likes of the 7R350. They've brought the door handle down here, but we still have to reach up, but it's all right, I'm a tall guy. So this is our tractor as it sits. I'm going to drop my stick down, so we're going to get up and have a little look. So we know some of the things that we must do is replace the interior, but only down low. The roof cloth is very, very good. You know, I'm sitting in this shade. I've came over to Holland, and as I just turn this little camera around, and you just look at all the tractors in the background, look at all the tractors, and do you know what's really beautiful, everybody? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that there are other people out there that share the same passion and energy. Like, These guys, mechanic, he's so passionate about his tractors, he's so passionate about everything, and he was going through with me everything that they were going to look at, make sure, adjust, try to get right. And you know, when we get a pickup hitch on here, we have our new auto power gearbox, you know, and just and that's what we like to see, just nice, smooth, and quite a rare thing for these tractors to have a passenger door. Let's see if there's any reek. Oh, beautiful. And then, you know, so in ironing out a deal today, we were looking at all sorts of different things, like how much horsepower, the rubbers in the door, right down to the rubbers in the door to replacing this rubber here. These guys want to be given the total turnkey package. And the tractor beside me is their track tractor, but I'm going to jump up into it and give you an idea of what a finished Legend can and probably should look like. And you have to remember it's 20 years old, you know, as well. So when you're buying a 20-year-old style tractor, you can't expect everything to be A1 perfect. But I know one thing, the air conditioning's working, and that is amazing. So this is number 6. I can show you the video where these guys have already tested this tractor, and phenomenal. So we're going to bounce out. So I think I've talked you around everything that we're trying to do, and you know, the take home message, guys, is change. You know, it's a reward. It could end up one of the drivers to some of the best thing, one of the best things I may or may not ever have done in my life is trying to take control, get ourselves into better shape, etc. So, yeah, and it's an absolute pleasure to be working with these guys. I really mean that, and do look them up and do check them out. Look, and let you know, these guys aren't going to part with these tractors soft. I can assure you of that. I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's just they know what they're doing. They love what they're doing. And I mean, there's a 7810, look, with 3,700 hours, 8410, 7,000 hours. It's just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So here is the 7920 that they've put the tracks on. 40 hours for them to convert and put these tracks on, 2 people. Voila. Now these guys were tractor pulling with this at the weekend, but you can see here, nice new covered, look at that leather covered seat. Nice, clean, tidy, proper job. No cable tie there. That's the standard of finish that we are going for. It's funny to see it on the tracks though, because you can get a real appreciation for in round the front end of the tractor. And here is the 710s and the 900s. So yes, ours could look like that if we go to the effort and put it up on the Michelins. I think we may try and get an air horn on there as well. So stay tuned, everybody. We're going to video the whole process from collecting the tractor to getting it home. And it's a big thing for us to encounter a challenge like this. We've never done anything quite like this before, so yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.